What's up guys, and welcome to Kampala, that's in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, and the city of 7 hills and a lot of boda bodas. So let me show you guys around. Welcome guys to Kampala, the capital city of Uganda. It took me a 15-hour bus ride all the way from Nairobi, Kenya to get here, and it was the most hectic 15 hours of my life. But hey, I guess that's what you get when you're trying to save money. The bus trip cost me $30 one way. Flight would have cost me $150. So I checked into my accommodation over here. I knocked out, and it's currently midday right now, so I want to go out and start exploring what the city has to offer. But before we do that, I want to show you the accommodation. It costs $35 and I found it on an app called Tubayo. It's kind of like the East African version of Airbnb. So when you come in here, it's a container home, and right now it's a mess, but it's pretty straightforward. So you have a desk, a clean bed, and when you come around here, you have a clean shower and toilet. And this is where I'm going to be staying for the next 3 nights. Today's going to be a full day here in the city, and we're starting it off with a grand city tour. So right now I'm at the Independence Monument, and to get here, well, to get around in anywhere in Kampala, you have to use a boda boda, which means motorbike, because there's just so much traffic in the city and it's so chaotic. The motorbike scene here reminds me of Bangkok in Thailand. There's motorbikes everywhere. They're all zooming past each other and cutting each other like mad. I wouldn't recommend being on a bike, but you kind of have to, because if you want to save time getting around the city, then the only way you can do that is by being on a bike. This here is Twaha. He's going to be our guide for the city. Hey man, how's it going?
Going on bike.
In this city tour, we're going to go to a couple of different places, and we're starting off with exploring the different monuments here in the city. So right now we're in front of the Independence Monument, and as you can see over here, basically this is a human tied up in bandages, signifying the time of when they were under colonization. And then right up there is a kid who is emerging, showing that Uganda is now free. And the monument looks super cool. So right now we've come to a place here in downtown called Chinamwandu, and over here you get the cheapest street food in all of Uganda. So apparently you can get a whole buffet for just less than $1. Basically, Chinamwandu means widows, where a long time ago when people were widows, they would come here to try and sell stuff to get by. And right now it's a street food joint here in downtown. It's so chaotic. There's music, sounds, people all around us. And here's the thing, usually in a place like this I would never film, but luckily our guide has connections. He knows people around the area. So we're going to be trying out a local dish here called a Rolex. Basically it's a number of chapatis, which is like flatbread, mixed with eggs, tomatoes, so a number of different vegetables.
It has a lot of variations. Sometimes you can find one where there's one where they even put sausages, ketchup.
Oh wow, so basically
beef,
just mixing up everything.
But the basic thing is eggs and chapati.
Alright, let's try it out. We've just got our Rolex over here. Beautiful presentation in like these rolls. It's hot. I was not expecting a Rolex to be this good. It reminds me of one of the dishes we make at home. It's called pronta and egg, and it literally tastes the same. We are going to learn how to speak some Luganda, which is one of the languages spoken in Uganda. This here is Nabs, who's a food blogger and travel blogger. So how do you say thank you in Luganda?
You can say wevale.
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 Yeah.
Wevale. Okay, and then there was another word you were telling me. It was a really difficult one. Neelziza. Neyamziza. Neyamziza. Yeah. One of the best things about traveling is interacting with the local people. But the more that I've started traveling, I've found myself in situations like this. And that is why I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, which is Lingopie. This year onward, I'm looking to travel to more and more countries, and because of that, I'm starting to invest more time in learning new languages. And Lingopie is helping me with exactly that. Mi nombre es Rajveer. Me gusta hacer vlogs de viajes y aprender español. was still learning. Lingopie is a video on demand platform that offers local TV shows and movies in Spanish, Portuguese, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, and so many more, and they're still adding more languages. You can watch content based on the language you want to learn and view subtitles in both your own language and the local language. While watching, if you get stuck on any word or phrase, you can instantly click on that word and it'll give you a translation. Then the words will be added to flashcards, which you can later review until you're comfortable with them. For me, I like to slow down the videos to 0.5 speed so that I can hear pronunciations and enunciations. I've always found languages difficult, and this for me is such a fun way to learn. And Lingopie has a lot of other features which can allow you to immerse yourself into a language that you're learning. So if you want to try it out for yourself and learn a new language, then make sure to follow the link in the bio. You'll get a free trial and 65% off your subscription. So make sure to take advantage of that. Let's get back into the video. You guys, we've been walking through downtown Kampala and there's just so much happening. It's like sensory overload. Noise everywhere, music everywhere, people trying to sell stuff, loads of motorbikes, loads of people walking. So we have just made it to this mosque here in Kampala. It's called Gaddafi Mosque and it is so beautiful. Our guide Twaha was saying that this mosque was built on a hill that had a lot of impalas, and so the name Kampala originates from this hill, from this place. He also said that if you come to Kampala and you don't visit this mosque, then did you even come to Kampala? I've come into one of the prayer halls and this place is so majestic. So I'm not even talking that loud, but you can hear my echo. Right above me, there's this dome that's so beautiful. There's a gigantic chandelier and all this beautiful artwork on the roof. I don't think I've seen anything this beautiful in my life. Listen to this. From down, I thought this was paint, but it's actually all carvings. Wait, so even on the roof, it's all carved? So I've just been told that this mosque is the largest in all of East Africa and it's the highest point in Kampala. And now we're about to go even higher because we're going to go to the top of that.
272 stairs to the top. This minaret is about 45 meters high. We'll be having the best 360-degree view of Kampala city.
Ooh. What? So we're gonna hike all the way up. Woo. Okay, I think about 12 floors up and I need to catch my breath. This is going to be my 272nd step. Whew. We've made it at the top. And welcome guys to the highest point in all of Kampala. Here we are. I hate this. That was insane. I don't know how comfortable I am with bikes here in Kampala. It's like the most questionable thing that you can do here. We have come to the king's palace. The king doesn't live here. He actually moved out of the palace.
This palace was attacked in 1966 and a lot of blood was shed here. That's why the current king of Buganda does not live here. He only uses it as an office.
So this is the palace, which is his office. This is called the King's Mile. It's a straight road. This roundabout right over here has been split into two because that's the King's Mile. The king doesn't take any turns. So when he's on official business, he comes to the office, drives straight through the parliament. That was about 8 hours of walking around Kampala city and touring the whole place. I'm so tired, and now we're ending it off with trying a very popular dish over here called luwombo. We're at a local restaurant over here called Haji Sebanchaye. Those are some complex names. The luwombo has arrived and basically it's meat that has been cooked in this sort of tomato paste sauce and it's cooked inside a banana leaf, and so when they served it to us, they opened up the banana leaf and it steamed out all this beautiful aroma. Apparently this was a meal that was created specially for the king by his chef. This is like heaven on a plate. The salt has just gone through and through. You can taste the tomato. Wow, this is beautiful. welcome to day 3 here in Kampala city. So right now again with the Tubayo app, we booked a honey harvesting experience, and right now we're with Hamid here.
Hello.
And we've already started the tour with driving around in style. We have arrived to Hamid's workshop, and this is where he keeps his bees. So when we got in here, I was like, wait, so where are all the bees?
When you approach something in a really open-minded manner, you can make it do anything.
Alright, let's go harvest some bees. I look like a Martian.
Right, when you're entering the beehive, you need to have some tools. What is needed? Of course, the smoker. The smoke helps giving the bees an alert from, oh my god, there's fire. And then they go and start drinking honey, sipping honey, and then it makes their bellies full, so it's more difficult for them to sting. You say Bismillah, you greet the bees, you say good morning, Salaam Alaikum. Puff them with some little puffness. You can see the way they're very calm because we're calm with them.
Yeah.
Now what we're going to do is shake like this, and then we're going to calm them down from flying up in the air with some sugar water. So here, we're going to hold here, yeah?
This right over here is a comb that has a mixture of ready honey, honey that they're trying to remove the moisture from to make it ready, and then some eggs of the bees. So the white part is where the honey is actually ready. I like how we're all protected and dressed up, and then there's him who's casually just lifting the bees.
So if you ask an architecture what is the most efficient use of space in any place, they won't tell you circle or triangle or square or rectangle, they'll tell you hexagon. How do the bees know that? That is the thing, man. I'm telling you something which is very incredible, and the more you get to know, the more you really appreciate the value of a honeybee in this life.
So this is the queen bee. It's a Carniolus black beauty, as Hamid calls it. It's so beautiful. It has a long abdomen.
She's laying an egg on your hand, bro. Oh my god. Bro, she's laying an egg on your hand. Look at that. She's laying an egg.
They call me the bee whisperer. So we're done with the harvesting. The next step is to enjoy the fruit of our harvest. And so now we're in one of the offices, and Hamid is showing us the products of the harvest. This is the honey that we harvested just now. They make candles, it's called propylene, great for flus and sinus issues.
The best part.
Ooh.
The best part.
Wow, it's so sweet. Thank you so much. So we've ended off the experience with a goodie bag. This experience, 10 out of 10, 100% recommend. It's really amazing to see how Hamid is so passionate about the bees, and making and harvesting bees in an urban environment like this, it's insane. So we have just arrived to a place that smells like chocolate everywhere. That's because we've come to a chocolate factory stroke cafe. It's called Latitude Craft Chocolate, and we're going to learn how to make chocolate. And I'm actually surprised to have been able to find an experience like this available here in Kampala. Let's check it out.
I'm Sonia from Latitude Craft Chocolate, and how much do you know about chocolate?
So now we're about to enter where they're going to process the chocolate and everything. Just like the bee place, we kind of have to put on some attire. And this... What am I going to do for my beard? So we've learned how to make the chocolate, which is a really interesting process. Now they have all these different flavors that we're going to be tasting one by one. I feel like I'm in paradise right now.
This is craft chocolate and not mass production chocolate. Craft chocolate goes through the bean to bar process, where we get the cocoa beans, roast them, refine them, ferment them again in the block from the chisel, and then have this.
So all these chocolate bars, you'll notice, have names of local places. Basically, each name is where the cocoa beans have been sourced from. I wasn't expecting like the chocolate to taste like this. It has more of like that cocoa bean flavor to it, rather than just sugar and milk. Guys, look at this bar. Wait, listen to this. And look at that shine. Oh, cheers to Ugandan chocolate.